to start her own record label. By the end of the 90s, with help from Eric, Luba starts her own independent record label, Asia Music. With financing from a bank, some government assistance, and a personal investment from Luba's savings, they produce her latest album, From the Bitter to the Sweet.
I wanted it to sound like Luba today. I wanted it to reflect the person I am, the person I've become after, a decade. And again, having my own label and being the president, I'm able to say, yes, Luba, you can do that if you want. Actually, I'm the most pleased I've ever been. It's just like, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I've wanted for so long.
Gross dollars earned by a successful artist.
So you recorded your entire CD right here?
Well, most of it, actually, a lot of the singing. All of the singing, as a matter of fact. All the vocals.
The implication of starting your own label is always about two things: artistic freedom and financial.
When you start your own label, or you're an independent label, obviously you don't have the money that the major labels have. But, you can also make money sooner. I've made more money from album sales, even though I've sold less. I've made more money from album sales than I have when I was with a major label.
Somebody, I'm sure, has done the math on this, but you could probably make the same amount of money selling 10,000 records on an independent label as 100,000 on a major label. I know that math isn't perfect, but that's the analogy that's often used.
I think it's very important for artists to be involved in the business side of their art because too often they neglect it. And when artists are young in their career and have been working so long for a break, and then all of a sudden it happens, a lot of the time they just give up all that financial responsibility to managers or accountants and so on, and then they realize one day, hey, where did everything go?
You were so smart when you first started your career. You were very frugal. Instead of going out and getting yourself a fancy apartment, you lived with your mother. You didn't buy yourself a car, and you just stashed all your money aside. So when you got to a quiet time in your career, you were able to relax and just look at what you wanted to do next.
It's not like I didn't have my fun. But no, I just didn't spend my money on frivolous things. And
it's not like being a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, where you can take a break and start over and you're still a doctor, you're still a lawyer. It can be over very quickly, and that's why you have to save that money, really, or place it very carefully, because one day you might wake up and your song may not be on the charts. You still want to be able to make a living or have some money saved away.
As an artist, you could have been just interested in the artistic side.
Definitely. And I was when I first started. It was like, I don't want to know from the business end of it, But I took the two and I joined the two together. And right now, I'm taking what I've learned and using both to keep the business going, to keep the label going, to perhaps find other artists. And I'm at a good place.
Luba, I've always wanted to be a singer. Can I audition for you?
Oh! Send me your tape,
Okay.
and I'll get back to you.
Thanks a lot.
Keeps the engine running. He don't waste no time.
The main challenges facing Luba as an independent is she has to be able to become a market maker. It's a hard business at the best of times, but if anybody I know will put their shoulder to the grind, Luba will, and I think she's going to be able to sell enough records to satisfy her creative urges, and I got my fingers crossed for her. I hope that somebody sees it and says, that's dynamic. She is great, because she is.
I was gathered these memories so that I can